Well, Gaffer, you've got your man.
Yeah, delighted that Luke's decided to join us, and very pleased with the capture of a strong centre half.
One big aspect that will no doubt please you very much will be the fact that you've signed him ahead of other Blue Square Premier clubs.
We're certainly aware that Luke has had the ability to speak to one or two others, certainly contenders in our division, but the chap has decided that he wants to come here for the right reasons. He sees us as potential playoff candidates, and I'm delighted that he's decided, and having spoken to his good lady, and I'm no doubt other people in the game, that Mansfield Town is a good place to come.
How did you convince him to sign for Mansfield Town as opposed to perhaps a couple of the other clubs that he's spoken to?
Well, I feel it's about honesty, really, about that. We've got a tremendous set of fans here who support the side. They get behind them, and whilst I'm sure other people reflect on perhaps different stages, this is a great stage for anybody to come and play. The professionalism inside the club, the heartbeat from the chairman to myself, the staff at the club, and the wonderful supporters that we play in front of. I hope that that's enough to convince him. But likewise, he's an ambitious man, as like I am, and he wants to gain league status as soon as possible.
Last season at Oxford United, he was voted the Supporters Player of the Year, and this season he's played over 20 matches for the U's. Of course, they're in a strong position in the Blue Square Premier. Some may be surprised to see that he's left the Kassam.
Yes, and I feel that that's a decision that Chris didn't take easily and lightly. I've spoken to Chris a number of times. I've got a very good relationship with the manager of Oxford, and he's a good man, and they're doing very, very well this season. And I feel it was an opportunity that if we could convince Luke that this was the best place for him to play football other than at Oxford. Chris has made a decision, a managerial decision, and he'll stick by his decisions, and he'll make them in the best interest of his football club. Having said that, I've spoken to Chris, and he feels that the young man will do very well for us. He's been a stable person at their heart of their defence for a couple of seasons now. He's got the maturity that I was perhaps looking for. He's a leader, and he'll certainly fit in very well, and he brings an element of aggression, but likewise an element of composure, which I think will certainly give us greater depth and certainly the quality that I've been looking for a number of weeks now.
What's he all about then? I mean, you mentioned there a couple of his attributes. What's he all about in a nutshell?
Well, he's got an aggression about him. He's got an ambition, and he's a winner, and I certainly know that from having played our teams having played against him. You don't get voted the supporters player of the season for nothing. And as I said, it was a big decision for Chris, but it's something that he feels he's brought in somebody else, and he's been very honest with Luke. So, all things considered, I certainly believe it's a good capture and somebody that I think the fans will relate to.
From what I hear, as a versatile player, he can play virtually anywhere on the back line and in midfield. Where do you see him playing in your side?
No, he's come here to play in the centre of my defence, and
nowhere else.
No. I've got, again, you say you like flexible players, and I do. But however, at the moment, I see him coming in here and being a commanding centre half. I expect him to be, and that's the type of mannerism I'm looking for. We have got to become meaner. We've got to become more resolute. We're at the business end of the season now, and we want to get it to a climax that's beneficial to the supporters here and to the football club. And I'm looking for a solid platform, and I feel Luke will aid and abet us in that department, and that's why he's been brought to this football club.
Perhaps that'll put some more of your defenders on their toes even more.
That's what I need, and we need that. Players now, and this is across the back line. This is not just in the heart. We've got to be more resolute. We've got to be meaner, and we've had some wonderful victories. But the losses that we've had, I've not been happy with. The players are aware of that, and we've stuck together, and we've shown that type of mechanism and the characteristics of any solid team. I feel that we've got to get back to basics in that department. We must keep more clean sheets. We've got a fabulous goalkeeper that's staying with us now. And I feel that we've got to be more resolute, and that comes from the front as well. That's not just the back. That's coming from the first line. We've got to put more pressure on other teams from the front line to the back. But I'm looking for my defenders now to step up, and I know that Luke is very capable of doing that.
So in summary, why did you decide to strengthen the defensive area rather than any other area of your squad? Is it mainly for that reason that you're unhappy with the amount of goals that have been conceded recently?
We've conceded goals, and I've been not happy with them. Young Scott is a cracking prospect, and that's why I brought him to the football club, because he's for the future. It was always inevitable that he was going to have a blip or two, and that's the part of his learning process. And you won't hear me hanging him out to dry, but as I say, when you're coming up against experienced defender centre forwards, very capable players, and we're going to be, because there's some big games coming up, I feel that a little bit more maturity and composure may be necessary to have that type of imprint at the back. But that's just not young Scott, and that's Luke Jones, that's Michael Brough, that's Silky, Eckenbottom, Armstrong. They're defenders with experience and certainly ability, good ability. But I feel that now we must demand more, and we must keep more clean sheets to enable us to be where we want to be.
Any more signings to come?
Not that I'm thinking of, no. There may be one or two that have to go out. That's fine, and if they do want to go, then we'll look at them situations. But I'm very pleased with the squad, and I'm delighted that this latest capture will certainly help us in our ambitions. And I certainly believe that it will be significant, and hopefully pay the significance that we need come the last part of the season.
So from that answer, the squad which you have now, those players that are on that squad list, you're hopeful that they can really push now towards the end of the season and get a place in the playoffs?
That's got to be our aim. We've been there and thereabouts all season. The defeat at Wimbledon hurt me, and I felt it hurt the players. And we're looking to bounce back certainly come the next game, and throughout the games there's some big matches to come. We've got some good games here at Field Mill to come, playing some of the top sides, and we look forward to those. But likewise, when we go away from home, perhaps the imprint now is perhaps maybe slightly different, where we go away and we've got to be tougher to beat, I think, and ultimately that's going to be down to strong defenders and strong minds, but also communication, organisation. And when we work on the training ground, we're looking to take all that, the method, out onto the pitch, and players must be resolute.
You remain in a good position in the Blue Square Premier. This is an exciting time, isn't it? We remain in a very strong position. We have done that. We've got a platform. It's a very exciting time, as you rightly say. The club is full of spirit, full of positivity. The changes at the board level recently have been very significant, and obviously the chairman's very pleased with how things are going. We're all looking to progress this football club. It will take time. We're looking to build, but however, we all want success. And of course, you have to keep your ambitions measured, and certainly when we know what we're competing against. However, the heartbeat here is positive, and certainly the players are very much focused on making sure that we can achieve as much as possible during this season. Thank you.
Pleasure.